What's going on, y'all? We're gonna get started in a second. Just about to send this link out. Then we're gonna go ahead and get started. What's going on, y'all? So I was looking at the charts and I see some possible setups. We've been catching sales on the JPY pairs all week. We had a nice rejection wick yesterday, but price is currently chilling at this level of price that I have marked off. So depending on how it reacts to this level, we could potentially see another sale. As you can see, we've been catching sales off this level most of the week or having the trade ideas written up. We got a nice sell on GJ a couple times this week. Caught a sell yesterday on it. We caught some JPY sales as well as New Zealand JPY. Give me 1 second. Mark that off right there. Yeah, so the price can stay underneath this level. Then I might go for a sell on this. But it hasn't really gone past this level since Tuesday. Ever since then, it just hit the middle of the zone, came back. Now, and it was really choppy yesterday. So we're going to see what it's trying to do. Looking at the daily, though, we see again very choppy, a lot of wicks. Just been ranging between these two zones. Currently right above it. So we're going to see if it's going to stay above this daily zone. It's underneath the daily zone right now. So we're going to see if we can stay underneath the daily zone or it's going to break above it and try to come up to around like 146.15. So that's what we're going to be watching to wait and see what it's going to do. It did a little drop yesterday, as you can see, hit the middle of the zone, then it trickled back up. Then now it's dropped back underneath the daily zone. And it's been chilling there the past couple hours. So we're just going to watch and see if it can break underneath the orange line I have marked off. And if so, we might go for a possible sell. But there is some levels of traffic we'll have to break. But it looks like all the JPY pairs are dropping. I was looking at GJ earlier. Oh, GJ is retracing now. Let's see this on the hour. I was looking at GJ earlier as his first sell idea. But I'm waiting for that to retrace it as well because it's a little bit too far. I'd ideally want to get up to entry right here. So we're going to see what price is going to do with GJ. Now the indices had a nice drop yesterday, hit the daily zone, retraced back up. So now it's kind of in the middle. It's kind of chilling on a 4-hour zone level I have marked off at around like 33,000, like 560, 30,550. It's currently chilling. It did a little drop a couple hours ago, but traced back up to the zone. It's kind of chilling again. So we're either going to see price come back down to around 33,300, 33,320-ish, or price is going to break back above this level and hit this daily zone again. And then we're going to have to see how it reacts from there. Because again, looking at the daily time frame, there's a few things that we have to point out. One, that we've been in an uptrend for a while. This could just be a lower high week. It did just touch the daily zone, and as soon as it touched that zone, as you can see, price rejected all the way back up. We can even see that when we go on a smaller time frame. When price came down, it immediately came back up, and now it's just chilling here for the past few hours. So I can see price retest the daily zone again, potentially. Because we look at the 4-hour, we can see price kind of just been dropping a little bit. Was bobbing here for a little bit, had that huge drop, came back here, then dropped down again, and now price is currently underneath this level. When the past couple of days and last week, price was above this level. So what we're going to watch and see is if price is going to continue to respect it as resistance and possibly look for a sell setup, or see if price is going to break back above this level and then see how it reacts from there. And then we're going to really have to see how next week's going to look, because we can see here past couple of days it's hit this daily zone but struggled to close above it. And we can also see the past few times prices come to this level, we see a harsh rejection down, harsh rejection down, harsh rejection down, and we have been shooting up for a few months. So a downtrend could possibly be starting either this week or next week, but this also could just be a lower high on the bigger time frames. So we're just going to have to wait and see how price reacts to these levels and then go from there. Pretty much the same stuff for NAS and SPX, just looks a little bit different. Obviously, it's not a huge uptrend like US30, but when it was in their downtrend, it's rejected that level like multiple times, had a nice shot up. Now it's currently chilling at this level of price, hit this zone right here, rejected, which we can see right here by the past couple of candlesticks, literally touched it, closed underneath, tested again on Wednesday, and then rejected. So same thing, we could see price retrace back down and retest this level to see if it's going to respect it or drop back down. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that. So I'm just going to be watching to see how they react. And then SPX, same thing, except the candlesticks on the daily. And I went over this with the members. Let me make sure I sent that link out. Matter of fact, give me 1 second. Yeah, I sent it out. So they're the same thing, except these right here, you can see they kind of just were like stuck in place for literally 4 days straight, and then it dropped like this. And after that, same with the other indices, retested the level, then shot back up. So same thing like the other indices. Want to see how it's going to react. It did do a nice drop, hit this level, then retrace back up, but it still is underneath this level that I just marked off. Actually, it's marked. Was underneath that level too. So we're just going to keep an eye on that. The same thing, going to see how it's going to react when it hits this level again on this 4 hour, and see if it's going to come down to the daily zone or possibly shoot back up and try to break this level either today, or we don't have no high impact news, so we're not going to see no heavy manipulation or spikes in the market. At least shouldn't. So we're just going to have to wait and see what price decides to do. Same thing with US30. Crazy wicks rejecting this level, hasn't broken the state above this level all week, even last week. So it is on a huge imbalance as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if price drops down to the daily zone if it can break above this level. So I mainly want to see sell setups, but I'm still just going to watch and see what price does. Oil has touched the bottom of this zone, so I want to see if it's going to retest this 4 hour level or come back up to the daily zone, or if it can break and stay underneath this level. If it can break and stay underneath this level, might go for another sell, because it has been doing a nice drop this week. We caught a sell like 2 days ago on it, caught sells last week on it, missed a sell opportunity yesterday on it. So going to see how it reacts to that level. Now gold had a nice drop like the indices yesterday. Only difference is it's in a clear uptrend, and for now it's looking like it just did retest of the daily level, kind of like how the indices hit it and rejected right up. Except gold is a little bit different, touched it, and now it's bouncing up. So I wouldn't be surprised if price, depending on how volume looks going into New York, can come as high as 1800, if not around like 1788. I can see price doing that. Now personally, I'm not going to enter it yet. I want to see how it reacts to this level here around 1772, or if it can come back down to this level. But I wouldn't be surprised if price does that, because that's what it looks like it's attempting to do, at least right now. But it hasn't broken this level yet, so it'll be interesting to see how it reacts to around like 1780. All right, so let's go into some currency pairs. Euro GBPJPY, Euro New Zealand. We entered Euro New Zealand yesterday. We caught some pips on it. We entered it on this sell right here, hit the middle of the zone, retraced back up to the daily, and then later on yesterday, it came back down to finish the move. So right now, just going to wait to see how it reacts to the daily level, and then possibly look for another sell setup, even though, well, let's see how it looks first on the daily. Even though that thing is really ripped. So we could see a huge daily candlestick, or it could do what it's done here and come back up, respecting this level as a key price level. So it's going to be interesting to see how price reacts to that. So it's either going to dump and break through that, or we could see a retracement and possible scalp back up towards like 69.55, 69.50, which would be like 30 plus pips, which wouldn't be too bad. Your AD, I'm going to leave alone. Your CAD, I'm going to leave that alone. See what GJ is up to. Yeah, so GJ is chilling at this level of price. We got a new 5-minute about to pop up in about 30 seconds. So the past 8 hours, price has really just been in this little box here. We can see price like in a, whoops, let's do this. Why is it doing that? There we go. You can see price in like this little box right here. It's kind of just been stuck there. It's even, kind of trapped there right now, which is interesting. I want to see it. It's already done a retest twice. Hit the zone one time though, and it's hit a wall obviously, which is why it's struggling to even break. So if I'm going to enter a sell, I'm either going to want to see it break like past this level and treat it as resistance level, or I'm going to wait for price to come back up, hit the daily, and possibly drop down. But looking at the 4 hour, we can see price after hit the daily level here, did a nice little bull run back up to the daily zone. But we can also see here off this level price, every time price hit it, a lot of times it reacts harshly to it. So we could potentially see price do the same thing there. I mean, it's already beginning to do it, but it's on a level of price and it's before London. So I want to see what's going to retrace some. Let's go. And then on the daily, what we can really see is, again, we know price hasn't really made a new high. We can see price just been nicely dropping down, hit that daily level, drop back up. So I want to see if this is going to be a lower low, or at least the beginning of a lower low, and see if price can drop down to at least 165.40. Because obviously these are all daily candlesticks, so it had to be a crazy amount of volume for one candlestick to drop all the way down to here. But we do see some big candlesticks here, so it's definitely possible. But we got to take things step by step. So the first target would be around like 165.50 to as low as 165.35. And depending on how it reacts to that level, it could bounce back up like we see happen yesterday. We caught the sell yesterday, hit that level, retraced all the way back up. So we could possibly see a reaction like that, or we can see price like we see these two candlesticks treat as resistance level and continue to push down. Now GN, I want to look for a sell setup for GN as well. Did a nice drop down. I was looking for one yesterday, but when I stopped looking at it, I decided to do the move. So far it's been respecting this level right here. So we can stay underneath this level these next couple candlesticks. It is at a good entry. Possibly could look for a sell setup here. Because we see prices that really just been bouncing between these two zones, kind of like the other pairs we looked at. You can just see price bouncing. So it's already in the middle of the bounce. So it could come back up, but we also have to notice the candlesticks here. When price did hit these levels, underneath it, and price is currently, we see the last 4 hour rejected and closed underneath it, and then we see this 4 hour it retested and it's potentially trying to drop. So I want to see if price can finish the drop down to the daily zone again. That's what I like to see, because even looking at the daily time frame, we do have this imbalance here, which is probably make price try to react that way. But we can really see price has really been respecting this daily level here. Let me make it big so y'all can see. we can really see that price has been respecting this daily level here the past couple of weeks. Every time prices hit it, it's rejected and or closed underneath it, and it's done that the past couple of days and all week as well. So I want to see if we can catch a sell setup. The move already kind of began, so I want to confirm that it can respect this level like it has for the past couple hours, and then try to break through this wall right here. And if we can do so, we can catch some pips. So we want to see if price can do that. GBPAUD, I want to look for that well, just because back testing every time price hit here, a lot of the times in the past, it's done a nice rejection. Obviously, it can turn to a strong support level as well, but for now, and at least this week, it's been rejecting it for the past couple weeks, actually. So since it's been doing that recently, and we've seen it's done it months ago, it makes sense to try to see if it can do it again. And so far, as you can see for the past couple hours, because we're on the 15-minute time frame, it's been respecting this level as a resistance. So we're going to see when volume picks up if it can. Give me 1 second. Drop back down to at least 76.90, because that's the next super strong level of price. But we do have some walls and a crazy level of traffic that we're going to have to break that just got caused like yesterday. So we do have to keep that in mind. But if price can respect this level, we can definitely catch some pips. Like, just look at this harsh rejection. Once price came up, had this nice rally up. As soon as it touched it, literally just tapped it, rejected down. So we can take a look at that and see if we can hop in on that. See what the indices are up to. Yeah, so that's still chilling there. JPY went back above the zone. So we're going to wait and see if it's going to respect this level and push back up, or it's going to reject. That's what we'll be waiting on for that one. 80 New Zealand is already trying to drop down again. So yeah, if we can continue to do this, we could possibly go for a sell right here. Stop loss won't be too crazy. 83. Like, this will literally be like, if it can do this move, it'll be like a 1 to 6 risk to reward, which would be great. But let's look to the left to see if there's any crazy levels of traffic, if we can find one. Because we got about 4 minutes to London start, so we're going to see what this first couple 15-minute candlesticks look like, and then we're going to go from there. Looks like it hasn't been here in a minute. Damn, it stopped showing. All right, let's go on a bigger time frame though. All right, bam. All right, so it's currently at this lower price right here. Let's fix that. It's currently at that lower price right there. Let's change that color. I'm gonna put it green for now, because this could be a possible TP point. So there's a few walls right here. That price is gonna have to struggle to break. And we don't know how crazy they're gonna look on the 15, but right here it doesn't look too bad, but there are levels of traffic, so it's going to take some volume to break them. But AD New Zealand's kind of had messy levels of traffic like that before. So even looking at the 4 hour, had a retest of this 4 hour level where we can clearly see our prices reacted to it multiple times here. Then did a nice drop, retested it daily. Now it's dropping even as we speak. But we're going to see if price, it already did a retracement off this level. Yeah, so I like how this looks. It's already done a huge drop though. Kind of filled this imbalance up though. And the rest of this kind of been filled up as it went. Nice drop. Then last time price came here, rejected, and came all the way back up. do have to keep that in mind before it's currently at. It's like 20, 30 pips. All right, so when this session is about to start, so let's see what these candlesticks look like. Yeah, so it's been dropping since market reopened. It's in a heavy downtrend. We've been calling sells on every time we entered. It's been in a downtrend since September, but this is a strong level of price. And the last few times prices hit this level, it's rejected, pushed up, rejected, pushed up, rejected, pushed up. But looking at the downtrend, we can see that this could be just a new low. So price could drop down and make a new low right here. And I'd like to see that happen. It looks like that could potentially happen. So we're going to see what these next couple candlesticks look like. London did just start. So it's doing a retest, retracement, which is normal for the first candlestick. Yeah, but I do like how this is looking. It might not dump or break through that level until New York starts. But if it's going to break that level, it's very likely you could do it today or Monday. But obviously, I'd like to see it happen today. So let's see what the indices are up to. Gonna let that do its thing. EJ still retesting that level. Yeah, so we're gonna see if it's gonna respect that level or if it's gonna retrace, because we can see on the bigger time frames, price could very much so push up. We also see the other JPY pairs breaking above it as well. Obviously, it's moved exactly bar for bar the same, but as we can see right here, they are moving very similar. Similar to how the indices move very similar. And for my markups on AJ, it is currently above the zone. So we do have to keep that in mind. So I'm going to see what the next couple of candlesticks look like. But AJ is not really in a trend. It's really just kind of messy. So when things are like this, you just got to mark off the nearby levels, and you can try to catch, the bounces like we're looking at EN. You can try to catch the bounces, do some scalps, be in a trade for 30 minutes to an hour, 2 hours, and then go in and out. But let's see what gold is up to. It's going a smaller time frame. All right, so prices are tracing. Price is still there chilling. Let's look at oil. All right, so oil's pushing down, retesting this level. Now, I did already a nice little bounce. I want to see if we can break this level. That's what I really want to see. I want to see if we can break past this level too. If we can do so, we can look for a sell. So we're just going to come back to that later. We're going to let it do its thing. Let's look at EN still pushing. So again, it's too late to enter a sell now. So we want to see how it reacts to this level, because it could potentially make a new low here, because it's already retested this level multiple times. So this could be the time it breaks this level, or it could bounce back up. But the way it's looking, I would like to believe that it can break this level. So that's what we're going to look for. Now, will it go this whole zone down? That is another question. So we might try to shorten our price target just a little bit. We put it like right there. It's a little mess of traffic. There we go. Do that. Yeah, so I can see price come here. Might do some bounces at this level and this level as well, but if price can push down and volume continues to dump during New York, we can definitely see a new low be made here for EN. But it does have a lot of traffic to break to do so. So we're just going to watch and see what it does. Ready, stand out of that. Yeah, so GJ looks like it's rejecting some more. Yeah, so GJ is rejecting some more. It actually came to my entry, almost to my entry. But we're still going to let it do its thing a little bit longer. Let's see what the other JPY pairs are up to. So this is rejecting. This is pushing down as well. Yeah, so we're just going to wait a little bit. Get that out the way for now. Whoops. There we go. So that's pushing a little too far to mess with that, so we're going to leave that alone. I think NU is a little too far for us as well. Yeah, this clearly made a new. It's trying to push. I can see price. Okay, my thing bugged out. Did a nice retest of this daily level here. I can definitely see price potentially come to this daily zone here, but it is too late to enter this trade, at least for me personally. So I'm just gonna let that do its thing for now. Let's see what US30 is up to. Yeah, so it's currently under this level of price here, so we're gonna stay underneath that level. Like I said, I could see it trickle back down to here, and then from there, I'd like to see a nice buy setup, just because we're still bullish, at least on the daily terms. This week has been slight retracement week, and just a struggle to go either way compared to last week or the weeks before that, or even look at this downtrend. You can clearly see all those wicks as being a clear struggle, and that struggle causes price to just bounce in range. Whereas on a smaller time frame, these rejection wicks is literally just price bouncing off. But this is going to take multiple days, or that rejection or that spike up or down could happen. The last couple hours or so. We've seen that happen a few times as well. But EJ is dropping down. So we're going to see what the next couple candlesticks look like. And if it can stay underneath this level, might go for a sell setup. GJ's trying to break that level. EJ doing the same thing. Let's see what Ian's up to. Okay, Ian just broke that. Yeah, so Ian just broke that. So now we're about to identify one of the first walls. And if it can stay underneath this wall, I will pay more attention to see if we're going to jump in it. But if we can really stay underneath this wall and treat it as resistance, I can feel confident we can catch some pips. Because what from that's currently at. Yeah, we can catch about like at least 20 to 40 pips minimum. I could see that. We can see it's reacting off this wall right now. But if we can stay underneath there, go for a sell setup. The stop loss above this level right here. So it'd be about, say 5-3, about 50, 60 pip stop loss. Nothing too crazy. So we're gonna let that do its thing and see what these next couple candlesticks look like. See what your AD's up to. Was it your AD? No, that's too far for entry. Let's see what oil's up to. Yeah, so it's still reacting. So you see price literally reacting and rejecting off that level. So that's why I want to wait to see if price can break through that level. Because if it can and comes to this orange line, then we could possibly catch another 100 plus pips like we did earlier this week. And it did a nice dump yesterday as well. Missed that opportunity there. Let's see what gold's up to. So gold's still not a good entry for me personally. So right now I'm just watching just to see how it's going to react to the either or these one of these levels, whichever it comes to first. Now it looks like it could potentially come to this level price around 1770, 1772. Whether there it will either reject or break above it will be the question, because we see here we can clearly see how price rejected it on last Friday, and then on Monday price broke through and kept shooting up. And then you see how for multiple days it treated as a support level. Every time price dropped back to it, shot back up, shot back up, shot back up. And then we also see when price broke underneath it, treating it as a resistance level. So going to see if price can do that. Still want to look for, unless it like tries a crazy dump, I want to look for a buy setup. This would have been a good entry for a buy, right? This daily zone, because again, looking at the bigger time frames. Let me zoom out for y'all. We can see price has been very bullish, just pumping up. So realistically, price rejected off that level. We see the past day price rejected and closed above this daily zone. So it just makes sense for price to potentially do this. Now, will it go zone to zone? That's one question, but I do want to see, as long as it can respect this level, I do want to look for a buy setup right here. So that's what we're going to be waiting on. Whether we take that London or going into New York is going to be the question. But for now, actually, let's look at this. Because me and the members are holding this trade. Didn't hit SL yet. It looks like it's about to try to break down that level. So I'm going to see if it can. But me and the members hopped in this trade yesterday. So let's look at the indices. If that's dropping down, the indices might be trying to drop down as well. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to break that wall. I mean, it's currently underneath this wall right here. It's been rejecting and staying underneath it. So it's either going to push down or it's going to explode back up to the 4-hour level. So we're going to see what this next candlestick looks like. Then we're going to go from there. Oil's pushing back up. EJ as well. So we got about 3 minutes until the next 15. Now, I actually want this to go ahead and get its retracements on the zone out the way. This is the first time it's hit the zone, so I wanted to go ahead and get its retracements out the way. That way, when it drops back down, it's most likely, it does this lower high here. So if it breaks back down here, it's most likely going to continue to drop some more. So I want to see it actually do that. At least retest this level here or this level here. So that's no problem for me. That's no problem. It's pushing up right there. They're doing this thing. Let's see what GN's up to. All right, so we can look for a possible GN setup as well when volume starts to pick up. So currently, we see price struggling to break past this because we see this nice little level of price right here. Where if I mark it off, you can clearly see every time price hit this level, harsh rejection down, harsh rejection down, harsh rejection down. So if I want to see price break underneath that. So if it stays underneath it, it's most likely able to break these other levels of traffic. It has done a nice dump, came up here, hit the daily zone, and now it's underneath. Currently, this 4-hour zone I have marked off, and it's currently gotten a little bit lower within the past 5 minutes. So we're going to see what the next candlestick look like. It did do a rejection of that, and it's retesting this level, but we got a nice wall right here, and it's been on here for a little bit. So it's going to take a push up or a pump up for price to break back above it. So we're going to see if price can stay underneath there. Actually, I was on the wrong time frame. Put the stop loss a little bit tighter. We can do that. So we got 1 minute to the next 15. So we're gonna see what that looks like. But we do know is every time price has hit that, it has done a rejection. So let's just look on the bigger time frames to see if it's done already a retest on the bigger time frames. It's done it on the hours. Haven't seen a green candle yet on the hours since there. It's got this order block right there. It could do it. It could retrace it back up to the daily zone before New York. But if it can stay underneath this level, like it's currently doing right now, we could see price drop down some more. So we're going to see what price is going to do. But so far it is respecting that level. So new 15 popped up. So we're going to go scan through all these charts. All right, starting red. It's retesting that level. Yeah, so we're just going to be patiently waiting until price hits the points I want to see price hit. So this candle's turning red again. Until price hits the levels of hits the points I want to see it hit. And then I see the reactions that I want to see from price. So until then, we're just going to be chilling, letting price do its thing. GJ is pushing back up, which is no issue with me. GN is retesting that level. GPAD is pushing up as well. Yeah, so I'm going to just let these things do its thing for now. Just going to be patiently waiting. 80 CAD, just what was that? GCAD. It's at the top of the zone right there. JPY still respecting that as a support level. USD dropped. Yeah, all these other pairs are dropping right now. A small wall right there. Let me see. It could possibly come back down to the 4-hour. It's kind of built a nice wall. So it's kind of like in a block, in a box right now. I'm just going to leave that alone for now. See what these are going to try to do. Because these move kind of the smoothest. The other ones, closer to New York, possibly. I'm going to pay attention to these and see what they do. Let's look at oil too. Because last we saw was reacting off that level. So it's still above it. And so we're going to see what price is going to do. Let's just look to the left real quick. Yeah, so it could come back to the 4-hour level. Let's see what it looks like on the 4-hour. Yeah, because there's an imbalance here and an imbalance here. So if it doesn't retrace on it now, it can very much do so like after it hits one of these walls down here, because it is clearly been dropping all week. So we're going to see how it reacts. It did fill up kind of to the 50% right there. So it could continue to drop. Probably won't be happening until New York session, because price has really just not been moving smoothly for oil till New York session. So we're just going to let that do its thing for now. Going to keep an eye on it though. But for now, we're just going to let it do its thing. See what goals of the gold did reach a little bit, which can work out for us. Let's see what it looks like on a smaller time frame. I want to see it retrace a little bit more though. It's on a nice body of price. That's actually a decent amount. All right, EJ just broke underneath again. Euro USD just dropped underneath again. So if you can stay underneath this wall, yeah, Euro USD is dropping back down. So we can stay underneath this wall, then we can see it come back to our entry and then possibly hit some TPs. That thing is dropping. So that's dropping. I want to see what the indices are up to. Yes, the thing is dropping as well. So last time it reacted off this level, it came here and then came back up. So we're going to see what they're going to do. SPX is on that 4-hour zone. USTX is dropping. GBPJPY is dropping. It's going to be interesting to see where it could go though, because it's kind of a nice box here. So I don't see until New York or going close to New York, it really making the move. Could be wrong though. It's got a nice little box here where it's currently been chilling at. So if it does drop, we're gonna see. Let's see what this one's looking like. That's retracing up. Oil looks like it's trying to drop back down. Gold is dropping. So all the USD pairs are dropping. It's working out for us on Euro USD. All right, so let's see what these other pairs are doing. All right, EJ just dropped back down as well. Let's see what Ian's up to. Ian's dropping down. Keep going to that one like I was looking at that one. GJ came back to the entry, didn't hit the daily zone again. That's the only thing. GN's dropped back down as well. Let's see what AJ's up to. AJ's trying to push back down. NJ's trying to drop down. All right. All right. I'm going to see something right here. All right, so that thing's dropping. So I do like how it drops like that. So we're going to wait for the next 5 minutes, see what that looks like. And then we're going to go from there. But it did just break that level. So I want to see what's going to continue to dump, what's going to retrace. But it's going to have to react. It's either going to break through this wall or it's going to bounce back up. So we're going to see how price reacts. But I do like how this is looking. Your AD. I keep going to your AD. I don't know why I keep doing that. I like how EJ just did that. Yeah, I like how I just did that. Nice rip down, broke past where all these wicks. Yeah, I like how price did that. So we're going to see. Yeah, it's kind of rejecting back up a little bit. So we're going to see what happens. But before we even hop into that, I'm going to post this disclaimer out. Get this thing started. If I can find it. Here it is. Yeah, but I do like how this is looking. So I'm going to get this written up. I feel like what day is it? What day was this? Tuesday? All right, back Tuesday. Yeah, so now it's pushing some more. $15. So I want to wait till the next 15. This is definitely a good sign though. So I'm going to get this stuff written up. So we do jump in this SL. It's going to be about, say 145.40. So it's going to be about like a 50, 60 pip stop loss. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, so it's rejecting up though, which was to be expected because it just hit a wall. So I'm going to see what the next 15 looks like. And it looks like it's going to try to break through it. I'm going to hop in at EN. Let's see what EN's up to. So that thing's chilling. I want to see it break through that. I keep going to GA. I don't know why I keep retracing up as well. GJ. It's looking tempting. GA. Let's see what that's up to. All right, cool. ADJPY is turning red again. AD New Zealand. So I like how AD New Zealand's looking as well. So I'm going to get this written up too, just because I do want to hop in this. So for this one, SL would just be above this wall right here. Let's see if that's a good one. Yeah, it's decent. We don't need to do nothing too crazy. So for where price is currently at, it's already done the drop. Yeah, so we're going to see if the next candlestick's going to retrace up some more or not. But yeah, I do like how this is looking. Do have some levels of traffic though, so it could kind of struggle. But if we can break through those levels, we can catch some pips. So for the stop loss, we're going to put 0.9. Just say 0.905. say 0905. There we go. But it kind of already did the drop. It did the retest here. Now I just dropped. Yeah, but I like how these are looking right here. So it goes up too. Yeah, this wall is going to take some volume to break through that. Doesn't mean it's impossible though. But it is underneath a nice wall. Just still respecting that level. Yes, I want to see what these next candlesticks look like. See if we can hop into some. All right, let's see. Starting off red. Yeah, I like how that's looking. This one's starting off red too. That's what we're looking at here, New Zealand. Yeah, it looks like it's trying to break as well. That's a decent stop loss. That's retracing up as well. Yeah, it's trying to push. Let me see what this is. That's retracing, retesting that level. So we're going to see if price. Yeah, we're not going to be able to see it on the 15 because it hasn't been down that long. It's been literally months and years since prices has been at this level for AN at least, but it is showing signs that it's trying to break. So where from is currently at, got about like a 40-foot stop loss. It's definitely trying. Let's go back to EN. EN's retracing, retesting this level. Yeah, so we're gonna still wait. We're gonna see what it do. We're gonna let it retrace as much as it wants before we jump in. No rush. GJ's doing the same thing. So everything retracing right now. Got a red candle on US30. It's got a nice wall right here. So we can break underneath that. We have this gap right here as well. I wonder if it's going to try to come to that gap. We had slight gaps in US30, but those got filled up already. Same thing with NAS. Was it US30? I know we had one on another pair. Let me see. That was a gap. Had a gap on NAS. That already got filled up. So NAS dropped underneath its 4-hour zone as well. Kind of already started to move. I should have looked at that. So it already started its drop. Could have jumped in on that one. So I'm going to keep an eye on GBPJPY and EUSDX. See what gold's up to real quick. All right, so I just retested this level and it's rejecting it. So we might jump into this in a second. We're going to see. EN still going to wait to see if it can break this level because we see the past 45 minutes, it keeps on rejecting the zone. So I want to see if it can break that level. It looks like it's trying to do it. Let's see what this is up to. Okay, GN just broke it again. So we're going to see something. Okay, AUD New Zealand is trying to drop now. Yeah, I think it's trying to drop. Let me see SL for this, gonna be that. Yeah, I like how these are looking. Yeah, I like that retest right there. New 5-minute just started. I think things are about to get started for us. I think things are about to get started. I think just broke underneath it. Yeah, so I like how these are looking. Yeah, New Zealand pairs look like they're trying to move. Yeah, I like how these are looking right here. So I might need to write some more stuff up because I kind of like how these are looking right here. Yeah, so I like how EJ's looking. I like how Ian's looking. GN's on the move as well. And AN. I like all of these right here. Yeah, so that's what I'm about to do. Yeah, I'm about to jump in this. So I'm about to jump in EJ. AN, I'm jumping in AN. It might retrace, but I do see it dumping. So I'm about to jump in AN as well. I like these right here. I like these right here. Yeah, so we're going to do that. There's a lot of stuff trying to do things. Yeah, so we're going to do this. Everybody write this out right here. Yeah, so we're going to do this. Yeah, so I posted both those in the Telegram. They're already moving. The TPs are these lines that levels of price right here. So we could say like 86, 60, let's just round it to like 65-ish. So these are the marked off ones, but there's a lot of moves looking like they're about to go down. EN and GN look like they could possibly drop as well. I like how these are looking. But I entered EJ, and then I entered 80 New Zealand. 80 New Zealand's already dropping. Slightly blue on that one. I like how GN is looking as well. This thing is ripping as well. It's already rejected this level multiple times. Yes, I like how these are looking too. So SL for this, I'm looking at, we say 93, 45. Yeah, I like how these are looking though. Now this one might retrace a little bit, but could keep dumping though. I like how it's looking. Yeah, so I'm gonna see if we can catch some pips right here. G just kind of at like a halt. Ian's dumping though. All right, so yeah, New Zealand pairs on the move. Here New Zealand's dropping as well. Yes, I'm blue on AN and I'm blue on GN. The TPs and stuff for GN, I'm going to put in the members only Telegram. But the SL, I just went over the SL. And if it continues to dump going into New York, it could hit as low as like 9190 to 9200. But for now, we do have these levels of traffic that I'm about to mark off right now. But so far, we are blue on both trades except EJ. So right now we are 2 for 3. So now I'm going to put the TPs for GN and AN because I have not done that yet. But there's a lot of stuff going down. A lot of things moving. I like how EN's looking too, but I'm going to wait for the next candlestick for EN. So we just hit TP1 and TP2 for GN. So y'all jumped in that. Y'all should be nice and blue. That and AED New Zealand's going crazy as well. So make sure to hit that like button, y'all. But I'm going to get these TPs marked off so the members know what to look out for. Yeah, but we catching some pips right now. So I think TP2 got hit technically, but we're on TP1 right now. TP1 got hit for sure. Now I'm about to put the TPs for AN. You just kind of at a standstill, but AN is dropping, and we just hit some TPs for AN. So make sure to hit that like button, y'all. Make sure to hit that like button. Because TP1 just got hit. So let me mark out the rest of the TPs real quick. Like fuck, I forgot. Those levels are fucked up. So I got this. Let's see what this level is. Yeah, so make sure that like button, y'all, because we're catching some pips. I'm about to go to the other charts in a second. It's just a lot of trades going on, doing a lot of typing. You can't hear the rapid fire movements going on, but I'm typing hella stuff as we speak. Correction, we have not hit TB1 yet on AN. We're about 1 pip off from that, but we have caught some pips on GN. That thing's still dropping. We just hit TP2 on GN. Yeah, so we're making some money. We're making some money. Now, your New Zealand's probably dropping as well. New 15 did just start. So if this dumps, we're going to just jump on this as well because fuck it, right? It looks like it's trying to drop as we speak. So I might jump in on that as well. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I like how this is looking. Yeah, so if y'all want to, y'all can jump in this as well because it looks like it's dropping as we speak. So stop loss for this, I have this at like 68. We say 68.55. So price is currently chilling at this level, but looks like it's about to try to break it. We have some other pairs getting active. Let's not get sidetracked. Oh yeah, yeah. It looks like we're about to make some money right here. Yeah, it looks like we're about to make some money right here. Yeah, EJ is dumping already. Yeah, so your JPY is the only one not getting active for us, but EJ is dropping as well as GN is dropping. 80 New Zealand is struggling. That thing's going crazy. Yeah, so I like, yeah, we're about to make some money here. Whoops. Okay, screen. There we go. Yeah, that thing dumping. We just hit TP2 on that thing. No, we hit TP3, I mean. Yeah, so make sure to hit that like button, y'all. Make sure to hit that like button. Let's check and see what AN's up to. Actually, we did hit TP1. We're about to hit TP1 again. So all trades of EJ are blue right now. We're going to see if EJ can do his thing. It is doing a slight retracement. Let's see what GA's up to. GA looks like it's trying to break down. Yeah, but all the New Zealand pairs are just tanking though. So we're going to see if EJ can get his stuff together later. Just going to let it do its thing for now. Let's see what USD looks like. It's about to try to break and stay underneath the daily zone. Yeah, these things are dumping. Let's see what the indices are up to. Those things are pumping. Interesting. Interesting. We're going to let them do their thing for now, though. GA is tempting me. I'm not going to lie. GA is tempting me. But the New Zealand pairs are doing us justice. You literally see all the New Zealand pairs, 3 of them in your face, dumping. That's the power of trading correlating pairs. Yeah, so I like how your New Zealand's looking. So I'm about to post the TPs and stuff for this one once it retraces. But if y'all jumped in on this during the live, y'all should be blue on literally every trade but EJ. Every trade has hit at least one TP. GN has hit 3 TPs. AD New Zealand is about to hit the second TP. In about like 2 to 3 pips, we're about to hit the second TP. It's getting camera shy, so we're gonna come back to it. We're gonna let it do its thing. And when we hop back on the screen, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna see some TPs get hit. It's gonna get its act together. US oil, we're still gonna patiently wait to see if it can break underneath this level. Would love to go for a sell right here to make at least a 1 to 2 to potentially a 1 to 5 risk to reward if price continues to dump going into New York. But right now, prices hit these levels of traffic, which is causing the rejection slash retracements. EJ, if it can just break out of this wall, we can catch some pips. So we're just gonna let it do its thing. Gonna let it do its thing, not gonna rush it. Gonna let it take its time. EU underneath the daily zone. So we're almost back to our entries. Let's see what else. Okay, so we're pushing back down. This is so tempting. This is just an ugly wall. You could very much so break it. Okay. AN's trying. AN's trying, y'all. Yeah, so it's trying to break that level of traffic. We can't see it obviously until we go in a bigger time frame, but that's what it's doing. Just like the other pairs, we can see the level of traffic here. So it's either going to retest this level or it's going to break through it. Obviously, we'd like to see it break through it, but it could most likely and definitely so retrace before doing the full move London session. So do keep that in mind. So we're a couple pips off from TP2 for AN. Let's see if we can hit it. And we just, it's trying. It's trying. It's trying. It's literally like 1 pip away from doing it. While GN is showing off. EN trying to keep up. That's a good start to the morning, good start. EJ is the only one not cooperating with us at the moment, but we're just going to let it do its thing. Just going to be patient. But yeah, catching some pips here. That thing pushing. So TP4 just got hit. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe, y'all. I might drop a video this weekend. I'm not sure. I gotta go through some of my footage. I got a bunch of footage to I just have to filter through and then edit and chop up. That's the main thing. But I might drop something this weekend. EJ's retracing. So that one's acting up a little bit, but it still has to break this wall before I'm concerned or worried. So I'm just gonna let that do its thing. Just gonna let it do its thing. Ain't too concerned about that because we're up on 3 other trades on top of that. Glad I didn't enter GA though, because I think still it's just a messy wall. I'm gonna leave alone. Yeah, so it's probably going to retrace this next 15 or it's going to dump. Now I know that sounds obvious, but that's literally the only 2 things it's most likely going to do. Has a strong wall right here. We see how when price hit this level, it's rejected and pushed back up. So we could very much so possibly see that. Because also just look to the left here. The price came down here, hit that level, shot back up, hit that level, shot back up, hit that same level, shot back up, hit the daily zone, then it broke through. Broke through this time as well. So we're going to see if it's going to do what we saw it do like 4 times, or if it's going to do, I mean, obviously it's not going to do that because that aggressive drop, it's a little too late for that, but it's doing a retest, which is to be expected. So we're going to see if it can continue to dump or see if it's going to retrace and range until New York session. Still waiting for oil to break this level. Let's see what the indices are up to. So they're shooting up. So it's actually above this daily zone right here. US30. It's not by its daily zone. NAS approaching the 4-hour. SPX is reacting off of the 4-hour. USTX is about to try to attempt to hit this level again. So when it hits these levels, the daily or the 4-hour is either going to drop to the daily or it's going to break that. So that's why I'm really curious to see what price is going to do. That's what we're going to see price do. Now EJ is pushing up at the moment. Euro AUD still chilling right there. I keep doing that. I don't want to look at Euro AUD. GJ is doing that as well. G is retraced back up. Let's see here. So New Zealand's probably retracing as well. Yep, not a surprise. So yeah, that thing literally dropped in not even 15 minutes, like 10 to 12 minutes, 20 pips. So we caught about 20 pips on GN. We caught about 5, almost 10 on AN. EJ, we were in some drawdown. And the EN, I mean, you're either at entry or a little bit bluer on EN. So that was a decent amount of pips. Took a little minute, took a few candlesticks to patiently wait, but the patience was definitely worth it. Now, we're going to see if the next candlestick is going to continue to drop back down or it's going to retrace back up. That's literally the only 2 things it's going to do. So we're just going to have to wait and see what's going to happen. But that's why I always say don't be afraid to secure your profits, because especially going back to your entry, because then you can just go for re-entry once you see signs that price is showing it might possibly, push back down. So let's see what price is talking about. $45, $45. Yeah, so we're going to see what this next candlestick looks like. But not a bad start to the morning. Not a bad start to the morning. So got that retracing up. That's retracing up a little bit. Chilling at TP1. Yes, that thing's pushing back up. About to retest this level. Not a surprise there. See what Euro. Okay, perfect. That's retracing up. So your JPY just reversed back up. So I retested, and that was a nice dump. So I was looking like it was going to try to break that level. Still hasn't hit stop loss yet, so it could very much so come back down. So we're just going to wait and see what price decides to do. And then we're going to go from there. New Zealand's doing a nice retest. All right, bam. So we see how price is literally touching this line I have marked off and how it's reacting to it. That's kind of what we want to see. Now, ideally, we want to see it continue the nice, smooth transition it's doing of, the little staircase we got. So this is what we'd like to see. Or, of course, a nice dump would even be better. Save us some time, right? But the final move probably won't happen until closer to New York. There's always going to be retracements after it hits these walls, and a huge retracement. Well, let me not say huge, but a noticeable retracement before New York, like pre-New York. So around 5:30, 6:30 a.m. EST, around that time, you'll see a retracement. Either flip the script from what it was doing in a London session, or it'll continue to do what it was doing in London session into New York. So that's what we're going to be seeing, what price is going to do. If y'all made some money with me, man, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to click that first link description. Join that free Telegram. Yeah, I got you. I'm going to post them. I got you. Post the levels. I got you, y'all. So I'm going to post the levels. SPX500. Yeah, I'm leaving that alone for now. I'm not messing with it. It's not a level I want to trade at. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave SPX alone. That's what I'm gonna leave that alone for now. It's not a level I'm gonna trade at. I'm just gonna watch and see what it does. Because again, it's going to move very similar to this. So US30 just hit the 4-hour level. So I'm going to see how it reacts to that 4-hour level. So yeah, we're going to go from there. Price is currently respecting this level, which is a good sign. So we're going to see if price can do its thing going into New York. But yeah, I'm going to post the levels for the EN as well. Now again, the TPs, it's going to either reject like we just saw reject, or it's going to break through. So while you're looking at the charts, always look to the left to see the body candlesticks beforehand, because we can clearly see, just look at where price reversed that. We look to the left, looky right here. Price did the same thing here, and price closed underneath here. So price always going to repeat itself. There's always going to be clues to where price is most likely going to, or where price is most likely going to retrace at. Now, it could always retrace and continue to break through those levels, but it doesn't always do that. Like, for example, we had a couple trades yesterday that didn't hit every TP, and we had a few that did every TP. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait for oil. I want to look for oil setup. Just gonna wait for the next candlesticks to see what it looks like when it breaks underneath this daily level. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Also hit that first link in the description. Join the free Telegram. And I will see y'all next week. The members, I'm gonna see y'all in a little bit. Well, y'all gonna hear me in a little bit when I do the New York watch list and all that good stuff. But I'm gonna see y'all next week. And yeah, let's catch some more pips. Let's see if we can finish these moves.